Hey guys, hope you are well. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We are going through a quick update on the A90 Supra in this video, just to give you guys a bit of an insight as to what's been happening with the car and what we got planned over the next couple of weeks. So quick update, I've ordered a cage from overseas, basically from a company called AST Roll Cages in Spain, and that's getting installed by Custom Craft next week. So we're doing a full prep on the inside of the car and getting that ready for the roll cage to be installed. So things are happening a bit slower than I originally planned. Still waiting on some major key parts to arrive, which does mean unfortunately it's probably not going to be ready for World Time Attack. However, the car will be there on display. I mentioned the car would still be at World Time Attack in a previous video. We haven't entered to drive World Time Attack. We have only planned to have the car there on display, which I will let you guys know in the next couple of months on what stand it will be sitting at. But for now, we are prepping as fast as possible, but I really don't think it's likely that it will make it. But for today, guys, we will get into a quick video on what's happening with the car, where it's going, and what we have ordered for the roll cage. So first of all, what is it? Basically, this is a full kit cage that's arrived in from Spain that is suited and built and cut and designed and everything like that for this A90 Supra. Very few people have designed anything like this in Australia, so I've had to outsource and try and find someone internationally to build and design the cage for me. AST Roll Cages have already done this a few times, and so had a bunch of other people as well, but AST just seemed to have a really nice, well thought and well designed cage. A lot of the cages here in Australia unfortunately have been designed for Targa Tasmania cars, road race cars, and cars of that nature. So to elaborate more on the process on how I got the cage, it came on a plastic pallet in a large cardboard box, and unfortunately, due to time constraints, the cost of shipping did exceed the cage costs. However, with the help of my long-term sponsors and friends at Custom Craft, this will be a much more cost-effective and time-effective way of completing the cage in the A90. This is the first cage that I've purchased that is ready to go and welding with literally everything you need. The cage is fully scanned, designed, and CNC cut, notched, bent, all in Spain, ready to install. It comes with instructions, base plates, bolts for lining things up. Each tube or plate has been numbered, and these correspond with a diagram that has been sent to me digitally via email. It shows the locations of the legs and the box sections that need to be welded in, the distance that the bars should be placed from the firewall and the base plates. It also has the distance that all the bars need to be in relation to certain points on the cage, and even looking at the side profile, it shows the exact measurements of the bars for the side intrusions and where they should be sitting in relation to everything else, so it should line up correctly. A new addition that I actually haven't had before on a roll cage is something called the T-zone. Now this is a triangle frame at the front of the roll cage, and essentially it prevents a wheel or tire from entering the external perimeter of the cabin area, which realistically can help prevent any damage to the driver's legs or ankle in the time of a major impact. Another really cool thing, and possibly my favorite part about the cage, is installing this HGK firewall that basically sits on top of the cage, which you guys will see in a future video. And the whole cage has been designed around the rear legs fitting in the right location for this firewall to sit over the top of it. Basically, I've chosen the HGK firewall, which I did mention I think in a previous video, because it will save hours of designing, printing, getting everything sorted for fabricating everything up. I think there'll probably be 50 hours at least in trying to sort that out. So I'm sending the car off to Custom Craft next week, and before I send the car off, we have to start mocking up the full cage in the car and working out what tabs and bits and pieces need to be removed so everything can be welded and fitted correctly. Basically, there's tabs everywhere on the inside that hold the interior trims, seat belts, carpets, and there's bracing that goes to the strut towers. Heaps of stuff that I haven't really had to remove before getting a cage prepped, even though I never really installed a cage into the car before. This will be my first one that I'm assisting with. So I decided to get a spot weld removal tool to slowly remove all these tabs and brackets from the frame of the car. Unfortunately, I did drill a little bit too far on some of the spot welds. So you'll see that there is a hole in some areas around on the video. These are areas that I'm gonna have to clean up before I drop it off to the boys and basically weld them up so the cage legs can be put over the top of them. I'm only halfway through this at the moment, so the plan is to remove the rest of the brackets and tabs later this week, so that when it arrives to Custom Craft, the boys can basically get fully stuck into welding rather than bothering about removing all these tabs and having to worry about anything like that. I want the car to be a full clean slate for them so they can kind of just get stuck into it and get welding and work out where it's going to fit into and install. Obviously, like I said, first time that we've done this, first time they've done this as well, so there will be a bit of work involved trying to set and plan and get everything sorted and ready. But basically guys, that is it for now. This is a very quick video. I've got a fair bit of work that I still need to sort out before the car goes over there. I'm going to do a full video of the install of us welding everything up, getting everything fitted. We'll go through a few complications or issues that we might run into or anything like that. But if you do have any questions, let me know. I'm also interested to hear if you guys have been through anything like this before, or if you guys have installed or bought a kit cage from overseas. So very, very keen to hear that from you guys. All right, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. And hopefully we're gonna have a full cage fully installed in the A90 Supra within the next couple of weeks. See you soon.